there are two specific things I actually want to check out. All right. First, there's an item that I think I have that. Hold on, I think I'm going to get into a fight up here. I was robbed. I was definitely robbed. All right. No. Let's see. I actually want to get those back. Alright, so the reason that I came up here was not to fight that guy. The reason that I came up here was because I wanted to try this. How do you feel about this one effect? It's got 4. Huh. Alright, that's what I wanted to test. I don't think that's going to be better than Rikard's, and I definitely don't want to... Volcano Manor. Yes, Volcano Manor. Gotta admit. So this is new game. Just the first one. Although I already beat Elden Lord. Oh, I'm playing with a Magma build. This is rolling magma. So there's magma shot, which is the one that I'll usually be using. Because although it seems like you have to target, you can't actually aim it. It just takes a little bit of used to. This is the base one magma shot. The one that you saw earlier, this one, is called boiling magma, and it has a curious way that it works. If you hit something directly with it, it will just damage it the way a direct spell you would expect would, right? But if you don't, all right. If you don't hit something directly with it, it will sit on the ground, which I still did. It'll still sit on the ground, right? It'll sort of build up an effect and then eventually explode. And when it does that, it just does tons of damage. So you will sometimes see YouTube videos about the massive hit wall. That's this wall, by the way. This is the one that you have to do some mass quantity damage to. And I think they changed it. I don't think it even works anymore. I'm not going to hit it enough to find out whether or not it still works. I don't care. Creates a lot of light, so you can see what you're doing. Oh, nice. Magic and melee they play very different, and they're all fun. As long as you're enjoying the game, that's all that matters, right? So now the one irony is I'm using magma in the one place where you have creatures that tend to be immune. This spell I need to get more used to how see, I keep kind of half missing. Problem is that, like, the place where you get all of this is the one place where they're the least effective. And I probably have to adjust what spells I have for that. I have to have at least one spell that's not one of these, and not the moon, because that's just crazy. I don't think Rykard's is a very good spell, so that's the one I'll probably replace. Gotta have Rock Sling. Bow, and there we go. Go this route. Now, if I really wanted Rock Sling to maximize, there's a weapon for that, but I don't think. Well, yeah, Volcano Manor is just a place where the magma is just not going to do much to the creatures. But I'm after this spot, ultimately I'm trying to get down to below that building there. So I don't mind skipping pretty much most of this to get there. You survived that shot. That's not surprising. Oh, come on. Oof. These guys are much tougher now. God. Alright, and you... Oh, here. Oops. That guy. That shield of his is keeping him nicely protected. Alright. Now, I believe I cannot go through this door. Yep, other side. But there should be other ways to do this. I missed. Rats. Ah! That's a pretty long shot. Usually I'm not shooting quite that far. Oh yeah, and you always throw it the direction you're facing. So you have to, like, take a step. Once you've got it lined up this way, right, you've got to actually take a step in the exact direction that you want to toss it. Uh-oh. There's one back there. At a minimum, we can open this door. Oh. Not gonna get through there. Actually. There we go. Oh. Hold on. There should be... Oh, maybe it's a level down. There's a site of grace nearby. I just need to find it. So the other thing about the lava spell, or magma, so I call them lava, but magma spells, is that many of them are chargeable. You don't have to charge them, but it's a pretty good idea. Okay, there's a guy right there. Ah. There's a guy down there. Save a little FP. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Alright, so now I'm back in the basically got a rock sling territory. Or better yet, melee. Love that healing. There's stuff back there. I don't care. It's not where I'm trying to go. Now I'm just being gratuitous. Oh! You! Rude. Around here. How did that not hit? I guess he's immune. It's kind of funny. So, why not? All right. Bridge. Yep. This is a shortcut opening. See how there's all those things across? It's a cutscene to nothing. It's kind of cool looking, though. One thing that I find interesting is that you have this metal pretending for a moment that the magma down there wouldn't stay on this thing and not fall from the grate. Set all that aside for a minute. The metal on this thing is going to be whatever, you know, a billion degrees. I don't know what temperature. 2,000 degrees, 3,000. Yeah, I know. Isn't that funny? So it's like 3,000 degrees metal. That's going to stay hot for a really long time. And it's like instantly cool. It's like, yeah, go ahead and run across that. No problem. It's pretty funny. So the reason for this is actually pretty simple. So you can get from, I can skip all of that stuff I just did, and I can go from this to that room. What are you going to do? Flame, grant me strength. Make sure I'm otherwise set up. I am. Right here. Here. After Godskin Duo, that's just easy. That was just silly. Alright, now we gotta go back to this, because we're back to the fire guys. Might as well camp. And there's supposed to be a shortcut. And it is technically in the game just because of the way the game works, but it's a really exploitive shortcut that I'm not a fan of. I watched somebody do it. You basically skip over to the lift that's over there, and you can turn on the lift when you're really not supposed to be able to do that. Whatever. I just assume you can skip that whole fight by doing it. Not my thing. Enjoy, have fun. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright, I really don't want to fight this guy. So we're just going to get into the building. Yep. If I'm going to fight it, I'm going to do it on different terms. Yeah, nothing. It's just funny. So, this is actually why we're here, is I wanted to kill this guy a lot. I actually don't want to kill this guy a lot. But this is the magma blade guy. And the reason that I want to have to kill this guy a lot... you know what, I should crank up stuff I should have done. Is he drops the magma blade. And it's frustrating that... that's the other guy that can drop it, if I remember correctly. He drops something. Shield. Meh. That guy drops, doesn't drop the blade, he drops a different weapon that I also don't care about. The candlestick one. What I'm not sure about, this is the best way to cycle through this. I'm just trying to think about where the closest site of grace is. Here? I didn't think there was something here. Depends on the boss. It depends on the magic. I mean, the build that I'm currently using is pretty specialized, so if you have a boss that's highly immune to fire, it's not going to do much damage. Like, those snake guys, that does nothing to him. Because it's all fire. If I don't hit him with a sword, that's not going to do any damage. That's why I need rock sling. Where's the church? Yeah. I have to do that whole stupid run to get back to... get back to those guys that drop the magma blades. I mean, the game can be as hard, or it can be various degrees of hard. I choose to play classes and characters. There's a jump along here, by the way. You can get over to that side over there. I choose to play caster-based classes. Oh, I should have... Duh. This is where I should have rested. Alright. I choose to play casters. I usually have a sword with me that I use, so I build enough to make the sword effective. But for the most part... Oh, yeah, that wasn't perfect. Some bosses are trivialized by casting. Some bosses are harder if you're a caster. You know, like these guys are actually not... Okay, hold on. I don't need the magma right now, so I will correct that. Look at that. I have to put up with people hitting me through walls. I actually... my entire first playthrough, my vitality was 40. If you've gotten to Renalia, I'm not going to go there right now, but if you've gotten past this boss here, you can redo your build. You have to turn in an item, but you should have a few. But you can turn in and fix your build, or just change it to a whole new build. Sword. Volcanic stone. Volcanic stone. Lame. What, I'm in combat with someone? Probably one of these dillweeds. Temple of Eagle. There isn't really, I mean, if you run randomly around and just kind of kill all the stuff that you find, you will eventually, like, run into storyline. With a couple of exceptions that you can't really miss anyway, there isn't much. You can skip pretty much almost everything in almost the entire storyline. I mean, watch what the speedrunners do. Even the ones that aren't doing, like, the cheesy crap. Does so much less damage with that. It's funny. Like, if I really wanted to try and force these blades to build, I would actually actively... I would have actively... go to that same place, rebuild my build, and set my arcane to 99. That's if I was really like, I must get more of these. I actually did this farm previously to try and get this sword. Such a pain. so irritating. There is. If you do everything in the game, everything before you complete the game, you'll be level 200 just about when you get to the DLC, depending on what order you do things in, and you'll be level 220 by the time you win. And I miss stuff. But my playthrough, I intentionally tried to hit as much as possible. And there are things you cannot do everything on your first playthrough. There are choices you have to make that will lock you out of one thing or another. Like, there's an item that in order to get the item, you have to kill an NPC that you would use to get a different item. So you can get, on the first playthrough, you can get one item, and then on the next playthrough, you can get the other item. And I don't mean like the boss stuff, because you can duplicate those in the whatchamacallits, in the Wandering Mausoleums. Man. Oh, Valyria. Why do you need him to get on the snow map? You mean to get on the consecrated snowfield for the Hallowed Tree? The only thing you need Valyria for is to do the shortcut way to get to Mogwyn Palace. But that's not the only way to get to Mogwyn Palace. Huh. Wait, you don't... The typical farm is not in the snowfield. The typical farm is Mogwyn Palace. Oh. Trying to... I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Are you talking about doing the bird to get runes? This. Okay, you do not need to use that guy to get here. That's funny, too, because I just showed somebody else this yesterday. There's another way to get here. That's a legitimate way to get here. So, I think you might be able to lock yourself out, but I'm not... You'd have to, like, really screw up to do that. But you need to get over here into this area. And that requires that first you have access to this lift. Where is it? You have access to the Grand Lift of Rold, which requires that you've beaten enough of the city up here to get to the Forbidden Lands, right? So that's the you have to do that. That you can do if you've done nothing else. You can always get there. What you need is the ability to get to the hidden path of the Halig Tree, and that requires you do two things. First, you need to go way over here. Boop, boop, boop. You need to go through the Lakeside Crystal Cave. You can get... You don't need anything to get into this city. I mean, you need to be able to beat a creature, but other than that, you don't have... There's no quest series to get into the city. The city is accessible regardless. So, okay, I'll show you a couple things. Just mentally jot them down. You need to go through the Lakeside Crystal Cave, and you need to go to the Slumbering Wolf Shack. And Latenia is there, and you blah, blah, blah. You chat her up, and she'll tell you to pound rocks if you go there first. Yes, you have to beat another boss, but you have access to multiple bosses already. So the second thing you have to do is under this area. So this area on the map right here, you have to go under this, which is not hard. You just follow the same path along here. You've been through this area for sure. Just stick to this wall, and you'll end up under here. And you're going to go to the village of the Albinarex. When you go to the village of Albinarex, you're going to find this guy up here, and you want to kill him, but do it at least a little bit carefully. Oh, he healed. I'm way over level, so it's a harder fight than that. Run all the way up to the top. Hold on, put the lantern on. Run. I still meant it. Run all the way up to the top, and back here, there's going to be a like a barrel of some kind. Okay, roll into the barrel, and it should turn into a guy. And he's like, no, don't torture me. And then you have a conversation, and he will give you half of the medallion you need to get to that secret area. Get that half. Go back to Latenia, so then you'll go back to here. Once you've fought through that cave, you'll come back here. And she will be out here with this wolf. Talk to her. And she'll be like, oh, he trusts you? Okay, then, and maybe I can trust you too. Here, do my quest. And the quest is basically you take her, and what she's going to do is give you... Do I have it on me? I don't. I stashed it. That's fine. She's going to give you an Ash of War. It's actually a decent Ash of War. It's one of the snipers. This one. Latenna the Albinauric. She's going to give you this Ash of War. Remember that. You can use her. From then on, you've got her. You're safe. You now have to go up here into this area. I know you said you can't get through the thing because you don't have the 2 runes. We'll talk about that in a sec. Once you get back up here, you're going to go to this area here, Castle Soul. You have to beat the boss and keep going up, and eventually you'll be at, you'll end up here, I believe, where there's a box with the other half of that rune. And once you get that other half of the rune, you've got the 2 halves, at that point, you can now go to this lift, and instead of it just saying hoist medallion, it'll have the option to change. Now, they'll say something and you can like move, you can do right or left arrow or use your mouse wheel and you can change. Hoist secret medallion is what you'll do instead, and that will put you through an area you fight through to here. You'll go all the way back to here. So you can see I've already got it marked. You actually go back to here, and there's a teleporter, and that will take you to Mogwin Palace. So you can get there without dealing with that guy. That guy just lets you get access to it super early game if you're willing to do it. So that's FYI, that's the path that you want to take. As for the second rune, you've only beaten 1 god. You need to beat 2. So you have access to a couple of them already. One of them is here. You want to go to Redmane Castle. You can run there right now. You take this route here, follow this, follow the road, careful of the dogs and all that crap, follow this way down here. You'll get to here, you can come across, and you can go into Redmane Castle. They have a party, you talk to the guy that's hosting the party, and you say, I'm ready, and he says, okay, and then it turns into a summoning area, although you have to then basically follow a path around to get to here, where you take a teleporter that puts you out here. And that's when you fight the guy on the horse, the big, huge fight with the giant gravity balls and everything. That's one option. The other option you have is actually here. Get into this place and fight Renala. That's the one I would recommend that you do. I think it's an easier fight. To get into there, right here, right in this spot, there's a key fragment. Get that key. Now you can go into this castle, fight your way through, get to the top, kill Renala. You'll have 2 runes. That will then give you access to change your build, so you can fix it if you want, 1. And 2, you'll have access to this lift. Excuse me, you'll have, you've already got that one. You'll have what you need to use this door right here, which should then give you access to this whole area up here and the lift. If it doesn't get you through the door, it means that you have to do this fight up here. I hope that's helpful. But killing that guy, all it does is lock you out of doing the shortcut version where you summon yourself to his location. But you don't lock yourself out of the area that you need to get to. Bastard. All right. Sword. You're welcome. Oh, appreciate the rose. I don't need the shield. The sword, damn it. If I could pick up that stupid candle whip, I'd stop killing that guy too. Gonna burn all of those damn... all of those conch shells or whatever they are. To be honest, this is actually one of the parts of the games that I hate the most. Is this grind. There's not a lot of it in this game, so it's not too terrible, but man, it's frustrating. That you kind of just gotta grind, grind, grind. Have this on another tube. Because I already did this farm once. This is a new tube. Keep that shield up, buddy. See how that works for you. Courtesy to drop that either. I don't know if you're fairly new to the game, if you notice how I carefully make sure that I send the lift back down. That's a pretty good idea in my opinion. on, Magma Blade. Yeah, I think Renala is one of the more interesting fights. And it's one that casters are fairly suited for, which is ironic because you think that since she'd always be surrounded by casters, that's who she'd make herself, like, more strong against, but it's because casters have the ability to basically demolish her really fast. And that fight gets harder the longer it goes on. Alright, that's it. How many of these do I have? Hold on. I think they're key items. Yep.
Ah, is it thy
Rebirth. Yes.
now? Bear this sweeting into life anew.
Game, you shouldn't... This should not be part of a game. Honestly. What I'm doing right now should not be part of a game. You should never have to do crap like this. Oh, did I really spend all my points? Damn. Oh, that kills me. I need at least a little bit more there. I think I can do 68.
Balmaitha.
Alright, so what did I just lock myself out of? I need strength at 22. It's okay, I don't need fire bonus right now. That only gets me to 21. That's funny. That's okay, I don't need that sword. That's 24. That's funny. Hold on. Broke Boy, yeah, I agree. This game's great. It's chill. It's hard. But it's hard in a satisfying way, you know? Alright, wait, this is upgraded, right? Yeah, 9. Okay. Oh, okay, because I'm doing something very specific. So what I'm doing is not what you would normally use arcane for. I'm actually specifically going after discovery. That's why. I'm trying to crank my discovery up to the highest I can possibly get it at. So the hard cap values are referring to what it is that a stat normally does, not not the secondary stuff. So like when people crank endurance, endurance does two things for you. It cranks up your stamina and it cranks up your equipment load, right? So, oh, I need to change my load. So, because it does both of those, when you hit the hard cap, it stops raising your stamina, but your equipment load will keep going up because your stamina is still going up. It's a secondary effect. So when you hit hard cap in strength, it won't do any more damage. It won't give you any of the bonuses you get for that, right? Because it doesn't have like a secondary thing on the side. I hope that kind of explains it. This is a unique case. I would never crank a stat to 99 normally, but I want my item discovery to be as high as it can possibly be. Yep. I would not, personally, I would not go past a soft cap. And keep in mind, the soft cap just means that you have what's called diminishing returns, and that is that you stop getting as much value from it as you keep going up. My whole first playthrough, I finished the game with a vigor of 40 as a caster build. So it's not that, you know, people have a tendency when they crank their vigor up really high is they're like, well, then I'm going to stand there and take one or two hits in order to get off what I want done. And that's a mistake, in my opinion. I think you're much better off still trying to play smart, so to speak. Oh, and that's funny. I can level up right now anyway. What's funny about it is that strength actually, with the... If I change this, I could now actually use that sword that I had, but that's okay. I don't want to. What was the other thing? Oh, and I need to change my gear. And I know exactly which gear to wear. Let's see. Yeah, we can do this. So notice now I make no noise running around. This is actually very similar to the armor I wore through almost the entire first playthrough. Wow, super bright daytime. It's not normally like this. Cool. Let's make two changes. Hold on. I really don't need the extra fire damage, so... let's go with survivability. Still medium load, good, and... inventory. So see, my discovery's up to 334. You kind of can't get it any higher than this. Or at least if you can, I don't know of a way to do it. I'm already wearing super high... I've already got my stat maxed, and I'm wearing the discovery bonus item. Problem is I'm going to take a lot of more damage if I get hit. Not. Why would you ask if I would go to text chat? Let me stop playing the game that I'm playing, the whole reason why people are watching and joining. And instead, it's just bizarre. feel like I'm getting less. Like, less crap is dropping. What the hell? Hey, no worries. Arcane for item discovery. I'm trying to crank my item discovery up so that I'm more likely to find crap. So what I'm trying to get is the Magma Blade, which is a super rare drop off of only 2 mobs. It just makes it more likely something will drop. So think of the drop table think of the chance of stuff to drop as a table, like an actual like matrix with columns and rows, and like there's chances for stuff to happen. If you picture the table as being like all of this is 0 and then there's a chance down here, the whole table kind of shifts. So the area where there's a chance something drop goes up. It doesn't make it... If the only item these guys drop, for example, was a Magma Blade, it would make it more likely for the Magma Blade to drop. So, but because they can also drop gravel stones and the shield that he's currently wearing, and there's a few other items, because there's other stuff that they can drop, it increases the chance of them too. Which is why it's weird that it feels like I'm getting less, not more, stuff to drop, because my item discovery is way higher than it was. And it seems almost like less stuff is dropping, which is weird. This hat is from the DLC, I think. Just curious. I'm not built for that, Frost. Oh, nice. So did she yell at you and tell you poop off? That's what she does if you haven't visited the other one that I told you about, which is fine. Normally I go to her first, then I go to that guy, then I go back to her. I try. Just what I wanted, more Roa fruit. Yeah, honestly, I'm a little bit salty. So he's in a... Did you find where he is? Where that location was that I ran to? Let me do this. Don't worry, I'm going to keep playing. this guy. This character has never been to the DLC. Just amusing. Oh no, he's in the DLC, but he had never been to it. So hold on, let me go back. Oh, I've been to that. I don't play Night Rain. No problem with it, just don't have it. Okay, have you been here? Is it Chewy? Have you been to this place? Okay, so you have to go here. To get here from where you are... So I'm going back to the cave. Okay. Okay, so from here, just follow the left wall. See how there's that big gap under? That's where we're going. So just follow the left wall around. There's something in that area you want to get, but you can do that for later. Just follow this wall line around and you go under. You'll come to a place where the water is poison. Just don't run through it, you'll be fine. Skip all of the irritating fauna. Just keep following the wall around. And you'll see that bridge. That's the place that you're heading toward. Just keep following it up. And this is where you start that area. Village of the Albinurics. And there may be an NPC here. Nephili Lu, talk to her. If she's not, it's not a big deal. And then keep going up. Grab the mushrooms, you know, all that stuff. And then here is the camp. Right here. Yep. This area is a secret medallion. So you'll go up, you'll beat this guy. And then I'm assuming that I've already talked to this guy. If I haven't, no big deal. He'll be here, up in this area, in a pot. And here's something that I think most people don't know. Look at that right there. There's actually an item here. It's the ivory sickle. But it's hidden. Because it's like really well concealed. So, but he'll be in a pot. There's like a random object that's here. It's an illusion. And just roll into it because you don't want to, like, kill him accidentally. So you can roll into it or even just do the walk up to it and then jump backwards. That'll trigger it too. And it'll make it disappear and he'll, like, defend himself. I thought maybe this tune had not done that. So I could actually show you, like, what it looks like. Wondering if I have another one. That's one I usually do because I want to get the medallion. I'll certainly have an early playthrough character that doesn't have it. Oh. Oh, you found it? Alright, cool. Alright, back to this nonsense. I really hope I don't have to do this crap all day. Here, do it before I jump down. Just, I don't know, go with a pickled chicken foot. Part of the problem is that because I changed my armor, I'm way more fragile than I was before. So I take a lot more damage when I get hit. Like that. So once you visit him, you have to go back to her. That's when you get the spirit ashes. That guy dropped his damn hat. Nope. Really? I don't think stuff's dropping any more than it was before. Am I wrong? I don't think I've gotten a shield since I cranked up my item discovery. What's up with that? Nothing. Man. It's just messy. Yep, okay, perfect. So you have half of what you need plus the quest that deals with her. You've got that part done. Now you need to go kill Renalia in order to get the second rune so that you can get access to the lift. Once you get access to the lift, make sure that the option that you choose is the secret passage. And that will take you to where you can go back to get to Mogwin's palace. And it'll actually drop you to a place where you don't have to do the run. So normally when you use his teleport, he teleports you to a place where you have to run to the ledge to be able to do the bird. This way, you have to go through way more trouble, but you don't have to do that run. You literally get dumped out at that ledge. But you still have to get access to the lift, which means you have to beat at least one more boss. So go do Renalia or whatever. Feels like nothing extra is dropping. It's weird. Why not? to get nailed. Come on. Stone. Lame. That's it. Nope. He doesn't drop anything. It's so dumb. Lame. Thank you, Chewy, for the follow. Hey, Matt. Time for the grindy part of the game. At least I'm getting lots of smoldering butterflies. Although why slugs drop smoldering butterflies is beyond me. What? Did you see that? The maiden killed him. That was too much. That was funny. Just because I can. It's not giving me either of those drops. Yeah, this is the part that's like frustrating. Oh, I forgot to. Meh. I'm usually pretty good about not messing that up. So this is like the super frustrating part of the game. There's very little of this, I think, unless you desperately want a particular item, or you want like everything, even the stuff that doesn't drop often enough. That looked like it actually did a decent amount of dropping. Oh my god. Right through the wall. Gandalf in training. Didn't even drop anything. Meh. Man, what is the drop rate on these magma swords? It's gotta be like near 0%. Yeah. I haven't gotten either of those weapons. It's man, it ain't right. Ah, good luck, Chewie. So here's the funny thing. I think on my first playthrough, at like level 10 or whatever, I actually got the Noble's Piercer or whatever it's called. It is actually the rarest in the game from a drop rate perspective, and it's I'm paying for that now. It's not a it's people have done builds around it just because it's so rare, and it's a decent piercing weapon, but you have to get it off the noble guys, the little wandering dudes that wander around the map that are like, why are they here, and run away from you. It drops from those guys. Yeah, it seems really dumb that they make this like super rare weapon that is also good. I could understand if it was like a dumb weapon to have, so it's just it's like a completionist thing to get it. But the magma sword is actually a good weapon, and it's frustrating because my plan is to do a magma build. Ironically, making this a very place where this build is not very effective at, hence all the rock sling. But I just literally rebuilt my tomb. Ah, I think it dropped. Yes, I'm done. What do you think? We can get a double? Get this guy to drop the candle, the whip? I don't care. I don't care about the whip. Nope. Alright. But I am bloody well done here. Oh, no. There you go. Alright. My whole build is magma based, so I wanted to get the sword. Alright, let's see. It's a curved sword with strength, dex, and faith. Oh, I should have checked that. So, my build is an int build because it's all the magma spells. I wonder what its scaling is like. Well, alright, let's see.
Ah, is it thy... Now, bear this sweeting into...
Alright. Wait. Hold on. Wait, hold on.
Be not alarmed. I would birth...
Hold on. I need to check a couple things. Let's see. So if I want to use this, I need a faith of 46. Whew. What a weird spell. That needs 46. Heal from afar only needs 18. And flame grant me strength 15. Boy, can I get to 46? That's a tall order.
Art thou... Now, bear... Thou art now a sweeting, full for my
Man, she's so creepy. Alright, I'm still at medium load. Now, how much of my armor can I get back? I doubt I'm going to be able to do the full Solitude set. Oh, I'm actually getting more of it than I thought I would. Alright, no. Gaius's leggings, a good replacement. Fire Knight helm. I'm surprised I have as much as I do. Ah, okay, and Fire Charm, and oh, I have a bunch of charge spells now. No, Magma. Oh, hold on. Magma. I'm just looking to see what... I got the Magma Blade. I can use all the items that I have. Nothing in particular is arcane scaling, but I have the int and everything. So I can now fix my spells up. And I don't want that. No, damn. I don't want that. Actually, I'm gonna remove that. I want... Where'd it go? I need 2 slots. Ah. All right. Yeah, I don't want Ars Technica. I'm debating if there's some other... I can't use this one. Needed 48. Not that I want it, but... do bubble. It's actually a really good spell. Yeah, it is. I'm doing a magma build, so magma fits under the fire set. So because I was running around Volcano Manor, there was no reason for me to use my fire spells. They're just going to be really weak. Let's see. So I skipped a ton of stuff, by the way. And I haven't done the DLC on this playthrough yet. Nor the Halig Tree, so now I know where I need to go. Oh boy. Oh, rats. All right. That guy... Oh, that guy's too high up. I'll get him. I've made a mistake. I didn't level up the sword. Alright. Let's fix that. Yeah, I do. It's this one. Talisman of the Dread. So, right. General spell increase, fire, magma, and faster cast. Yep, once I picked that up, I thought I wanted to do a whole build based around it. Yep. Oh, absolutely, I'm going to use one of those. Nice. Where is Radagon icon? Actually, is that the... Okay. I'll show you where it is, because I know how to get there. So, when you're doing this academy, you want to go to... Not the classroom. The debate parlor. I skipped all this, so I happen to know that it's there. So, when you head out... just forget everything else. Come around this way. here. Go up the ladder. Go through the window. There are mobs here, so it's not a total freebie. And I believe it's this chest. That's where you get it. How's that for full service? Now I have 2. And a bud. Bud. Alright, where was I? Halleck tree. So now you know. That's more like it. Oh, what are you doing? What are you up to? More bud. Oh my god. The biggest chance of death here has nothing to do with the mobs. Everything here has to do with the with your falling off the branches. Oh, that one ranges? I did not know that. Lame. Uh-oh. One of their attacks is actually, like an it's a, the stuff will just kind of appear on top of you, so you gotta watch out for those. That one. All right, perfect. I'm not worried about the various drops. I just want to be able to clear. Like, those 3 guys are so obnoxious. Hold on, let's deal with some ants. ants taken care of. If I had a heavy bow, I could knock some of these guys off. But that's not really what I'm after. Oh, I have so many runes. It's not a level yet, though. It's the problem. Uh-oh. Yeah, this might have been nice if I had thought about this part a little bit better. I don't have any good defensive stuff. Well, I do. It's just not... I do the lightning proof, holy proof. Alright. I missed. Oh no, I made it. People say the bird kill is a cheese. When really it's that guy. Let's see. There's more up there. I don't want... The only reason to go up and kill those is for the instrument, which I don't care to have, so... Do not want. Now, let's see. Alright, that's the one I want to get to. Yep. So you can clear through all those branches. Hold on. I just realized that my tech stuff's not there. Oh, a repel spell? Yeah. I usually when I do that, I use a heavy bow that has the big pushback. Yeah, this is NG+. Sorry, I didn't respond to that earlier. But that's good to know. Hey, big guy. It's like he's right there. Oh, there he is. Now, what is this? Alright, good to know. Sorry, I hadn't actually played much with the... How far will it toss? Oh, man. That spell is fiendish. Sorry, new sword. Playing with it and getting used to it. Now, what I really want to do is... There it is. That should get it. Yep. There's something very satisfyingly chaotic about magma builds. Even when you miss, you hit. Yeah, I will. Generally speaking, if it's a mob that I have kind of the control to start off with, I'll do that. In some cases, though, I really don't have, like, that level of control. And so, with those ones, I just kind of, you know, rely on the... I mean, that's good advice. But when it's just, you know, I know it's going to be a one-shot kill regardless, I just do the one-shot. Like these, I would kind of almost rather... get the explosion down beneath them, but it's actually a little bit harder to plan that, you know? Oh. And then that happens. There we go. Oh, it didn't stick. Give me sticky. There we go. They're checking it out. Hey, what's this stuff? Liquid heat. Movie reference. Oh, bitch. Whew. Ancient Dragons. I feel like 14 of those now, I think. Or 13. Because I just used one. Oh, Mark Ray, sorry, I missed the question. It's magma based, so the armor is just toughness. There's no armor that I know of that actually increases magma. I could put on one of the armor sets that just increases overall damage, but the cost of fragility for that doesn't work so much for me. And then I use the Talisman of Dread, which specifically raises magma faster casting, sorcery potency, and then raises fire. Reduces my negation. That's why I don't want to have two things that do that. And then I'm playing with a magma blade, but only because it's helped by the fire and stuff. The problem is that it's a faith-based item more than an int-based item. And so my build is not faith-based, it's int-based. So I've got my faith cranked up a decent amount, but it's not going to be perfect for the blade. Yeah, I've got some strength. I am a caster that has a melee weapon they can use to get some simple stuff done. What's my strength? 24. So, my faith is 46, but that's so that I can use the Black Blade spell. What do they call it? Yeah, Black Blade. That guy. There's gonna be one back here, I think. Yep. Oh boy. Love it. Differences. And this is what, where the ants are? Yeah, there's one left, don't care. Alright. Those crystal guys are such a pain. Ah, forgot to turn. There's one right there. I don't think I can make that, can I? I sure can. There is a fight, actually, between you and her still. There's like an NPC invasion. I don't think it's technically an invasion, but it's like an invasion. But it's not a particularly hard. It's the Carrion Knight. It's not like a terribly difficult fight, but it is kind of obnoxious. these guys go? Oh, there's one right there. I doubt I'm going to successfully get... There we go. Yow! That hurt. I also forgot to have my, Alright. That's funny. I didn't have my magma staff on. What happened to this poor bastard? Just looking around. Oh, what am I gonna do? He misses the jump by a long shot. Is he in there? Oh, there's that guy. You'll reach. Nope. How about you? Oh! So close. It won't stick. You know what's dumb? This. All the effort to make a magma build is still going to end up on... I don't... In Night Rain, the only thing that I've seen from Night Rain, from what I've been able to discern, is you have to do everything because you never know where anything is. Maybe I've misunderstood it, but that's kind of the feeling that I got. Yeah, other than that, I don't have any Night Rain info, really. Alright, now we have to do this. Which gets me here. And I'm going to camp. I have to fight those guys again, but they're manageable. I'm still good with my spells, I think. Yeah. Alright. Let's level. What do I need? More int for more damage. Oh, I forgot he used that spell. Oh, I tried to roll that out. I guess not. Man, that hurt. Alright. Sorcerer versus sorcerer. It's kind of a funny thing, you know? Alright. This fight is curious. Yeah. The problem is that they have an advantage. Character pick gameplay advice, what do you need? Yeah, yeah, play how you like. I mean, if you played the rest of Elden Ring, if you haven't played Elden Ring, play that first, then go do Night Rain. At least, I guess that would be the one piece of advice I'd give. Ow. Oh, Taylu's awesome. Yes. So, do you know the correct way to kill them? First question. And second question is, do you know why? They don't have a lot of hit points. They're hard to kill because he has 90% damage reduction from everything. So, in their back, there's a little diamond. And if you hit that diamond, it does, like, max damage, and it'll do a ton. Well, bosses never successfully do that. But that little opening, if you get to it, is the secret to doing all the damage. So, that's how you break them. So that you can be, like, super effective. Yeah. Since bosses don't do that, there was one boss that absolutely melted him. It was, what's his name? Malekith, the Black Blade. Taylu just did not stand a chance. But besides that, yeah, besides that, every boss is just... Taylu just tanks the hell out of him. That's why I make sure I have heal from afar on my PCR. I don't know what PCR is, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. He's brutal against PCR. So the only thing with Consort that you have to do is you need to make sure you have your heal spell there. If you can, no, that's fine. So if you can, whatever build it is that you're doing, you want to make sure that you have the protection 1. You want to make sure that you have... What's it called? Golden whatever. This one, Golden Vow. So just, you know, he doesn't have to have it immediately. But you pop on Golden Vow on him. And then on yourself also. And just don't be close, right? Don't be close enough for the effects that are going to hit Telu are also going to hit you. And watch his health. You got to pay attention to it. And if his health gets below like 75 or 50%, toss a heal at him. Yeah. Yeah, just put keep Golden Vow on both of you. And let him do most of the tanking. And he's not going to melt Consort. You have to do the work. But he will keep Consort Radon busy while you cast whatever spells that you're going to do. It ain't a short fight, but it's totally doable. A lot of the effects that utterly destroy you do very little to him. The big giant... even the 30% attack where the holy goes everywhere, he survives that very well. You don't if you're not in a good spot, but he does. And then you just make sure to get the heal on him. And every time he gets below... Once you get to like the last 30% when he's done that effect, don't let him get below 50% because it's really easy to lose the ability. But yeah, heal from afar. And that guy, game changer. That was badly done. Uh-oh. Drink, 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 drink. I hate these guys. Oh, yeah, heal from afar. I did that all wrong. I deserve that death. Yeah. That death was earned. Oh, he's beatable. I just was more concerned with, like, using particular spells and all that crap. I haven't lost to that guy in a long time. That was just me being dumb. Hey, Lunaray. My stream's going okay so far. That's how fights like that should go with a build like this. I was just being dumb. You can, yeah. The rot buildup one is the way to go. The problem is that it's not going to, unless you're using the dogs or there's one other Ash of War. The rot will wear off, and then to reapply rot a second time is much harder. I got rot applied to him in phase 2, which definitely I think helped. But I did not use rot in phase 1 because he'll clear, it automatically clears going into phase 2, but then he's in the harder mode, he's in the more resistant mode in phase 2. So in my opinion, you're much better off waiting until phase 1. You're much better off waiting until the phase 1 is over. It's funny. I wasn't actually trying to just outright kill those guys, but hey, I'll take it. Hey, what's that weird thing? It looks like it might blow up. Ah! That's funny. I missed them both. It's funny. Oh, I've got a magma. Magma. Yeah, I don't think Consort Radon is out of line with his the difficulty. Hey, what's that? Sticky bomb. Very popular in World War II. Oh, I was planning on making a sticky bomb out of it. But okay. Oh, rats. Yeah, that guy's next. What? Oh, totally. Oh, oh. Can I? Actually, okay, I can't stick it there at least. No, maybe not. Stick it there. Uh-oh. Let's make some rot arrows. Oh, come on. I can tell this guy's going to be a pain to kill. Man, I'm not getting poison on this guy. Usually I would have gotten poison on him by now. I guess he's a bit tougher in this playthrough. Ow, 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 no. Alright, that's funny. Unfortunate, but funny. Am I a full-time streamer or play in my spare time? I wouldn't say I'm a full-time streamer, although I've been streaming a lot recently. What is that? That is the death of 4 creatures in one spell. Hey, we better check this out. Ah. Will that get both of them, I wonder? No, it will not. That'll get the other one, though. Ah! Come on. Alright. Do this way. That's just kind of silly. Do you got the crown to turn to objects? Oh, you mean the mimic veil? Yeah, I know I can get around him. I'm not in a rush to get to Millennia. I have the Mimic Veil. I even tried that weird consort trick where you throw the pots at him and just let him rot through, but by the time I got to it, they had already fixed the Phase 2 walk off the edge of the world thing. On this guy, I can, but they won't reach. That was funny. Yeah, I got greedy. It's exactly what happened. I wanted that one more shot. And I should not have done that one more shot. That may get both of them. Yep. I know it'll get one. Maybe it'll get both. Not do that. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to keep throwing myself at that guy. I'm debating is... Oop. Oh. I forgot about the ladder here. Thank you for the gifts and the follows and such. They are appreciated. He hit me with his torch. Schmuck. Alright. Ah. No, that's gonna reach him. Nope. Oh, well, that's one way to do it. Oh man, are all those guys down there now? That's not going to be fun. take it. Oh, that's rats. Let's see. Oh, no. Toss the wrong spell. There's actually a mob up in there. I think that'll get it. Nope. Alright. Just as well. Oh, this. Alright. Honestly, like, I find this to be very amusing, right? Kind of wandering your way through using these weird-ass spells to blow stuff up. I just think it's, like, fun. Maybe I'm crazy. A lava wizard. I am. Magma. My build is magma. Magma. Now, for fights like the ones down there and Reach, I don't have that. I mean, if people, you can go online and find, you know, all the builds. I mean, this is based on a build that somebody else had. But everyone else is after, like, maximum damage, pure and simple. And there's flaws with that. Maximum damage implies that you're not going to take any, right? That you're not going to get killed by, you know, whatever other stuff might be going on. And I get hit. So, like, if you'd been watching, so this is a new game, right? I started new game doing just straight caster, building my way with rock sling and, you know, the usual low level, knowing how to get your stuff. And then I built up to doing a frost build, which I think is a ton of fun. You got to have the hat, you got to have the necessary magic stuff, but you need enough levels to build up all this stuff that you have. And then your main weapon is the Abdullah's frost blade or whatever it's called. And you carry, you know, whatever sword you want as the build. Then, when I went to DLC, I switched to Ancient Dragon Lightning, which absolutely melts everything, right? But you have to get all the armor drops, you have to get all the things, and it's a very late game kind of build. Up until I switched to this, I finished the game, so if we look up, oh, can't see from here, never mind, but I'm in a madness ending, so I use the Frenzied Flame. And I used Frenzied Flame with a heavy armor set all the way until I finished the Elden boss, or Elden Beast. And now I'm just sort of screwing around, and I haven't done the DLC yet. That'll be my next stop. And I'm doing that right now with Lava. I just think it's fun, you know? Just enjoy the game. Play it for its parts, you know? The one drawback with the build is that I don't have a ton of range. There's not much that I can do to fix that. You know, I can go back to Rock Sling, for example. Right? But Rock Sling's very difficult to, like, get through little openings, so I'm at the Halig Tree. So I'm, you know, trying to get stuff to notice me and, you know, make mistakes, if you will. Which is very doable, right? but I don't have the range. You know, I can hit a guy with an arrow, maybe, unless he knows it's coming. This is basically how I played how I got to this point, right? The first playthrough. But some of it's also recognizing I know what the limitations are of this build. Dude, he's dragging his buddy's corpse around. You know, those guys, you know, destroy me because I have no... Even though I have the armor to survive some hits, I'm otherwise very fragile. And man, this is an ugly suit of armor. There's also, like, knowing where stuff is. Oh, yeah, it's a stupid suit of armor. But the problem is that it's like effective pieces. They give me the stats that I want, and I can't really argue with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a horrible suit of armor from a how it looks perspective, but again, outside of control. By the way, I've never heard anyone mention this before, so I'm going to make a statement, and for those of you that have played a whole bunch, you can go out and test this theory. I believe that when you find a body that's hanging over like this, see how he's hanging over, like, overhead down? That means that there's a path down, that you can safely make it to the bottom. If there's a guy hanging there and he's head up, like he's stuck, trying to get out, that means that there's no path down. You're jumping here, you're gonna die. Never heard anyone mention anything about that before. So, an interesting thing in my opinion. I'm going to... Now, check it out. Test my theory. You don't always have them there, but I've just started to notice that there'll be a guy who's hanging off an edge, and then it's like, oh, I can jump down here, or I have a landing spot. It doesn't always mean that you go off right where they are, although that might be the case. Hey. Uh-oh. He's coming up here. You know, you could drink potions on ladders. Now, my first playthrough, I tried to one-shot this guy, and I literally got him down to like 12 health one time, using what's it called, Comet of Azure, and I just could not finish it off. Anyway. How's that? Did you guys like that? Right there. Now there is something that I did not know about this game. Until I was doing the streaming. Oh yeah, the lava is a ton of fun. I usually will use magma shot, not roiling magma, but I've since I did the build, roiling magma is a big piece of it. So I'm going to share something else I learned. Okay, so everybody know those Wraith guys? The super obnoxious things that come up out of the ground and just destroy you? Watch. Who knew that? Seriously, who knew that? Years I played this game, and I did not know that heals would kill them. And they were probably my single most challenging fight anytime that I played this game. Like, if there was one of those, I would be instant, like, I gotta stay away from these guys. And I'm only using heal from afar because I have it. Any of the even lesser heals will do it. Yeah. Dude, keep a heal loaded on, even if it's, you know, one of the Lord's heal or one of the ones that's just an AoE, stand next to him and heal. It not only does a massive amount of damage, it also stuns him. And suddenly there's this whole run right through there where there's like 5 of those, and it's like I was just praying that I'd make it through all of them to get through that area. And then someone's like, try a heal. The amount of damage the heal, because nothing really buffs heals, so you're doing max damage no matter what. Oh my god. Alright, here's the crazy one now. We need to go... Actually, I have to buff. Ah! Explosion didn't capture. There it is. No! All right, crystalline guys. All right, so what you need to do is you need to break their poise. I just died with over 1 million runes, didn't I? Let me go get those back in level. And I'm not sure about this sword. I went through all the effort to get this sword, and I'm not sure that this sword is the one that I want to keep using. It is very, very not leaning itself toward being highly successful. Anyhow, where are we at? Oh, I might even get 2 levels out of this. All right, what was I cranking? Vigor. Yep. So the at least not for this fight. Oh, that gets me to heavy load. Still heavy load? Crap. Alright, what I really want is to not flat out hit them with magma. I want it to be near them. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the explosion to where they are when it goes off. There, that. So see how now he's taking damage instead of in the hundreds and the thousands? One more. So what you have to do with the crystalline is you have to break their poise. Once you break their poise, they are fragile as hell. It's why there are streamers who make the claim that they're really good Ashes of War. I think they're terrible. Because so many bosses bust poise so fast, the second the boss breaks their poise, they just shatter. Pun intended. They just get absolutely destroyed. I would not recommend... Uh-oh. Now that his poise has been broken, he'll keep taking damage. Killing those guys is so satisfying. The triple boss, there's a dungeon, and the end of the dungeon is 3 of these guys. You have to fight them all at the same time. One's a caster like this guy, one's a dude with a staff, and one's a dude with a ring. Basically, there's a melee, a range, and a caster, and it's so frustrating. so satisfying. And that is the weirdest sword. I've never had a really good build. I've tried. There are people that have builds around that rotten staff, or the rotten sword. I just can't make it work. There was one of these guys here. Oh, pest threads. Blech. All right. Flame granite. Really should have put on the anti-rot one, but my bad. Yeah. Oh, alright. I'm gonna go back to the magma blade. Oh, I take it back. Let's see if I can't make this do its magic here. Totally missed that guy. There's a guy right there. Is that dumb luck? He's just not going to hit me here. I got that one. Yeah, that's really hit or miss. Like I'm slowly getting one at a time, except that one. Screw that guy. Maybe. Maybe. Now I got that guy. Go figure. That hit? Someone else also mentioned something in a stream that I was watching, that these guys, that once you start doing new games, the creatures, or the stuff, you won't go slowly through this stuff anymore. And I found that hard to believe. I haven't tested it. I suppose I can. Go. Alright, that's a full-size one. Let's charge that bad boy up. Think of this as pure revenge. Who doesn't hate pest threads? Oi. No? No? Alright. Oh, so whatever's here. Not butterfly. Alright, I'm going to call it for lunch. I got life to do. Appreciate y'all for watching me play for a bit. Glad some of you may have learned something new, a couple things new. And I am always trying to keep it interesting. Thank you much for your participation in the stream today. I hope you all have fantastic days. I may be back later, not sure. We'll see what happens. Yeah, thanks. I'll see you later.